Hey guys, we just finished up our Tales from the Vault show and we did Bioslime. This is going to be a super fun episode. I hope you guys check it out. Now, I'm going to get back to work today. Actually, today sucks. I got to go to a funeral. But we're going to go visit Warrington real quick, get him to sign some machetes, and then we're going to jump over to a funeral, and then we're going to get back to work. So let's go. Okay, guys, I have just pulled up here at the Boulder City Veterans Cemetery. Our good friend Bobby Banfield, who we affectionately call Bobby Bemer, that's his wrestling name. His mom Kathy has passed away, and we are here to show our respects and do the service. Bobby's father was in the military, which is why we're at the Veterans Cemetery, and here we go. So this is my very dear friend and brother, Bobby Bemer Banfield. This is a super cool. We've come here before to remove flags after the holidays, and just such a cool place here in Boulder City. I had no idea Bobby's dad was buried here, and his mom will join him. Also, his mother-in-law is here.
If Mom was still around, she'd be kind of mad because she didn't want anything. She said, just throw me in the dirt, just throw me in the wall. I don't care. I don't want anyone mourning over me. Like, even all of this, I know it's not a lot, but she'd be mad. She'd be like, don't waste that. She's like, give them away, sell them. So what she told me about all of her stuff, she's like, just sell it all. I don't care. Sell it all. I don't care. But I think she meant more to everybody than she thought she did. I don't think she realized how much she meant. But I am happy with the fact that she kicked out and got to see Oliver one last time. So Lisa knows this, but Christmas Eve, because he's Oliver, he goes, we gotta go to, in the middle of Christmas Eve when it was raining, if you guys remember that. He goes, I wanna go to Bass Pro Shop, all the way on the other side of town, Christmas Eve. And I'm like, for what? He's like, we just gotta go over there. So we went and got pictures with Santa, and then that night, I took her the picture of Santa, and she was actually awake enough to see that, and she was telling all the nurses, like, hey, come here, this is my grandson, this is my grandson. Like, look, I wanna go home for Christmas. And that was like who she was. Like, she'd sit there, and it was so funny. When I started getting into pro wrestling, to my face, she would sit there and go, that's stupid, you're gonna get hurt, don't do that, that's the dumbest thing ever. But every time I did something, she'd be calling, I guarantee she called all of you guys or put it online, like, oh, you gotta see this, show them the pictures, show them the thing, show them the pictures, show them the thing. I'm like, okay, what is it? Are you telling me that I'm stupid, or are you proud of me? Like, you guys have known it through the years. You do one thing and say another.
When the first time we ever went to Walmart to go shop, we decided to make some tacos. And she tells me in the aisle, she goes, what's the best taco shop? And I took a pause and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what's the best taco shop? And I go, they're all the same. So when she said, well, because you're Mexican, and I looked right at her and I go, I'm not Mexican. And I go, they're all the same taco shell. They're all made out of corn. Oh, so that was my introduction with her too, finding her personality, loving me and loving her son, and giving her the best gift of a grandson. The best thing in the world. Just hearing her calling for Ollie, you little rascal, Littlefoot is what they used to call him at school. So just to hear her say Littlefoot, and taking him to school, watching him for the first time going in kindergarten with me, those moments I will cherish forever. I don't want to be sad, I want to celebrate her. I'm going to miss her a lot. My real first introduction was not a good one. She busted down Bobby's door when I was in my bra and panties. And it was like, the shock of her life was, and shut the door. I was like, okay, that's a good introduction for me with her. She was worried that I was married, divorced, and had children, and I didn't, which shocked her the most, because Bobby kept telling her she doesn't have anybody, she doesn't have children, and she's never been married or divorced. So that surprised her about me. So, but Dad always teasing her that he was gonna bury her in the backyard if she didn't stop. Her frying up pork chops, making Bobby's favorite goulash. Her dressing up and the most, seeing her so happy the day that me and him got married, the biggest smile on her face, and carrying Dad with her the entire day so he wouldn't miss it. So, and how Oliver would worry about her because she'd just pass out on the couch and it'd be dead quiet in our house. He goes, Grandma was sleeping. And I go, yeah, she's tired. And I go, you're just checking up on her? And he goes, yeah. So, having the fond memories of them hanging out and him visiting her every day. It didn't matter what time of day, he just wanted to see his grandma. And he loved his grandma. Right, Oliver? Right? Do you love grandma this much? Where's grandma gonna go?
Where's grandma gonna go?
Twilight Zone, right. Everybody in Twilight Zone. So if anybody else has anything else of a memory, an introduction of Kathy, it'd be lovely.
So another thing I wanted to say, I appreciate everyone coming out here. A funny story about Mom that I think Lisa knows, but you might not know, Tom. So for people who don't know, this is my buddy Tom. He owns the Monster Museum down the street and the Alien Outpost Museum. We've known each other going on, geez, it's been like 9 years. Good Lord, where did the time go? But anyway, when I first met him, I was telling Mom about him. I go, yeah, I met this guy named Tom. He does movie effects. And she's like, anything I've seen? And I was naming off your recent stuff. It was Puppet Master and some indie stuff. She's like, I've never seen that crap. I don't care. She's like, I hate it. It's stupid. But then she's like, what else do I know him from? And I was like, oh, he's done this and that. She's like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I've never watched that. She wasn't a big horror, sci-fi fan. But then I go, you got to go see his museum. I don't want to go over there. I'm not into that. But as soon as I go, well, he was on Face Off. She completely changed. She's like, Face Off? I watched that show. What season was he on? What season was he on? Where was this at? I'm like, he was on Face Off. I don't remember. So then she met you, and she's like, he's a nice guy, but what season was he on? I'm like, he was on season 1. And she was so mad because, all the streaming services, she got mad at me. It took her a month to watch it. She finally did. But, all the streaming services it was on had, season, 4 through 8. Or, 2 through 7. Nobody had season 1. So, funny story, she actually spent her own money and bought season 1 just so she could watch it, just so you were on there. And then after that, she'd be like, oh, I know him. And then she'd tell everybody. She's like, Bobby's friend Tom, he was on Face Off. That's all she knew you from was Face Off. Because she didn't know anything else. She's like, and some other stuff. But he was on Face Off. I like that show. It was Lisa's idea to do the flowers and the stickers. She was an Elvis fan, if you couldn't tell. That's why I wore this jacket. It's very Elvis-y. This will make you guys laugh.
An old TV guy?
Huh? Yeah, an old TV guy with Elvis on it. Because it had Elvis on it. Oh yeah, when we were cleaning stuff out, she had TV guides, magazines, Dollar Tree, little puzzles, just because it had Elvis on it.
Nice.
And she kept telling me, it's going to be worth money someday. And I'm like, no, it's not. I want to thank everyone for coming here. I appreciate all the sentiments and everything else. And I just got to say, Mom finally got her dream. Years ago, her and Dad kept talking about how they wanted to move to Boulder City and they wanted to buy a house here and they wanted to live here and spend their retirement here. It's not ideal, but now they're both here. So, there they are.
Greatest town on earth.
They're surviving. And to end it all, just for you and anyone that knows me, she was Katherine Banfield, and you're not.
Sunday dress, blue ribbon in her hair, coffee cup, quiet morning prayer, laugh so soft, the room felt light, held this whole world in her arms each night. We'll never forget Katherine, name written deep in our bones, wife and a mother, her grandmother's laughter. She turned this old house into home. We'll never forget Katherine. Every story, every song, she's walking beside her love in heaven, but she's here in our hearts all along. She packed lunches, kissed scraped knees, sang old songs just a little off key. Oh, we love you. Rocking chair by the kitchen door, every come on in, then stay some more. We'll never forget Katherine, name written deep in our bones, wife and a mother, a grandmother's laughter. She turned this old house into home. We'll never forget Katherine till the day our race is run. She's holding his hand up there in heaven, and she's holding us all as one.
Well, guys, as we put Kathy in the wall, it started to sprinkle a little bit, and she's in the twilight zone. So that's how they're saying it. And never a super fun day, you know. But it's good to be there for your brother, and good to show the support. This is odd because this service was literally less than a mile from my house. This is right down the road. And I had no idea that Bobby's dad was there, and that his mother-in-law was there, and now his mom, Kathy, who, you know, we have a little memorial video that's playing, and you'll see she's riding the dinosaurs at Tom Devlin's Dinosaur Adventure. She's enjoying the Monster Museum there with Frankenstein, and just super special stuff, good times. And I think I'm gonna skip out on the rest of work and just sit at home in the rain, work on the Harley a little bit, do some reflecting about my own parents and my own, you know, we're all getting up there. I'm 44. Both my parents are in their 70s now, and they're healthy, man. They're still going strong, but there's gonna be a day where I gotta sprinkle them somewhere or put them in a wall, and I myself will be buried in the dirt while I would turn into a skeleton like I feel I should. But my parents, I think, are both pro-cremation, which I am not. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not how I want to go out. And someday I'm going to have to handle this too. And I don't envy anybody that's got to bury a loved one at any time in their life. And I'm going to go work on the old Harley and try to get the exhaust back on it, and try to enjoy the rest of the day. So let's go see what we can do. Got this all taken apart. These are a real faulty point of contention on these on the twin cam 88 cubic inch Harley-Davidson motor, and I had to check the wear, and the wear is actually really nice. There's one inside here too. You're not gonna be able to see it, but the wear is they look like they've been replaced very recently. So I just got to button it back up. Unfortunately, to check that cover, I had to take off all of the exhaust components. It's got big wraparound mufflers that come on both sides of the bike. So I'm gonna have to put it all back together. But it gave me a chance to clean the whole motor inside and around where the exhaust sits. So we're all cleaned up, looking pretty. Get those back together and be ready to ride. All right, guys, well, I got the bike all back together. I had to take a brief break to take Cooper to hockey practice and then also Cub Scouts, but the Harley is together, and I went without the rear box. You guys know I had a problem with that rack, so we're gonna ride without it for a while. Put a Mustang seat on there that I got from Dennis Lawrence, a friend of mine. Baja buddy. And anyway, I think it looks pretty slick. I'm pretty stoked on that, and I can't wait to take it out on the road. But we'll wait for sunshine for that. I don't need warm weather, but sunshine. So until next time, I will see you tomorrow.